Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, if you loud, the acoustics were terrible.
Yeah.
The name must be the context of the
You guys
the
are
name must be the context of
amazing.
resolution was suggested not require the recognition of man because the alternative law can deny functional relationship.
Louder!
Between I responsible for every assumption the resolution makes for any assumption to not sufficient for me to win the grant. And even if the negative last one assumption coercion denial was constant for the resolution function to spread its conditions as you're debating underneath nonsensical. For example, if I ask you, is the pen rendering my tolerance to determine we don't go to verify the truth
Clear.
statement next? For reasonable lack of interpretation can now stay times to win percentage of the select the advocacy based on the EC. This also means you presume act in the absence of offense because of stale making the on the better doing. Finally, G must be in our react to the affirmative because A is the only way to make the debate on that issue. Reciprocal I don't have the ability to run G against him when he has the street option of both running T and theory giving him each one structural advantage. And B, I'm always forced to choose an interpretation of the topic because there's always a potential that I think the answer T making T and R is the only way to check that thing is the proliferation of batch arguments is the time stuff. So yeah, I can prove the EC's topic was I've ever to do possible my ability to cover the substance debate giving the time crunch of what I are. Before the resolution of the debate can occur, we must first ensure that the conceptual framing of the round is not contributing to domination of any of its participants. Warren 1. A conceptual framework is a set of beliefs and assumptions that shape and reflect how we own values myself, not just framework becomes oppressive when it includes a value hierarchical thinking, rank organization system, or value to the elements and occupying the higher levels than the occupying the lower levels in the Western context and in the sense that we consider superior to women and animals. Any concept of structural equality would entail the rejection of oppressive setting for debate because those marginalized by such domination would have to combat every constitution against themselves. Therefore, these substantive around could never be introduced. This explicitly privileges the select few who are deemed superior because they're facing higher quality association, including the possibility of unbiased adjudication and having to participate in activity firmly in the press beliefs required to make to not their own identities, such as they practice not only re-entrench the domination because problem with in a way that is closest from possible reform it makes debate an acting form of exclusion of persons of no incentive to part in a system which views of feminism and worthy since this comes from the evaluation of substance around because rounds only exist on the assumption that they are afraid of some systematic bias. Plus, a conceptual framing of the round that posits nature is super to the interest of man ought to be rejected because the value hierarchical thinking also contributes to the domination of women. This view is referred to as anthropocentrism. Warren 2. The anthropocentric attitude is that non-human nature has no value in itself and that humans create what value there is for. Anthropocentrism and androcentrism are interconnected for 3 reasons. Warren 2 or 3. And first, empirical interconnected to show how the domination of nature affects women more severely than men. For example, pregnant Native American facing unique health risks because the uranium mining reservations suffering miscarriages, cancers, and colic. Second, linguistic interconnectedness language can contribute to the evaluation of nature which expresses such as a mother nature within the natural context. It can contribute to the devaluation of women in terms such as bunnies, cows, or serpents. Third, socioeconomic interconnectedness. The capitalist system reproduces both nature and women to resources for men, and the conception of co-work shared by that system categorizes the unproductive all work that does not yield profits to the self-originating work of nature and women. And patterns embedded in such value hierarchies preclude ethical discussion. Zimmerman. Modern humanity presupposes that only moves the source of value nature is merely an object. Rationalism and subject-object dualism, the products of extremely masculine view, cut off from the feelings men not being become isolated committed to object principles of the extent of personal relationships and physical philosophies include no feeling and preconditions for ethics, including the ethics concerning human nature. But we cannot even begin to talk about the issue of ethics unless we admit that we care or feel something. Finally, anthropocentrism creates an impasse in scientific inquiry, thus must be empirical work from a non-biased starting point. Andrews. Arguments over anthropocentrism can concern the proper methods of time and scope of science and how to interpret data. They are not empirical but theoretical arguments and postulates to result in an impossible they are opposed to interpreting mental properties and from those that argue for animal mentality against others. The begging the question of such a debate is not propounded ought to be replaced with empirical work. This is a strong link to education, social and anthropocentrism includes topical debates from being productive in the sense both sides of the issue have to reason to dismiss the arguments of the other in a way that they could never be communal themselves in these issues. This also means that studies that operate underneath an anthropocentric framework are on time because they lack a projected methodology. I value morality defined by Beckhoff and Pierce as a student intercorrelated behaviors that cultivate and regulate complex interactions within social groups. Morality is an essentially social phenomenon arising in the interaction between animals. But from my source, cross-discipline studies are the only way to properly elucidate matters of ecological morality because clear standards of evaluation have not yet been developed. Beckhoff and Pierce too. Investigation of evolution of morality demands discussion across disciplines, the study of animal morality in its infancy, and sure understanding of moral lots of animals will require work by researchers who are willing to call disciplinary boundaries because disciplines that may have most significant contributions to understanding animal morality, cognitive ethology, neuroscience, moral psychology, and philosophy researchers in all these areas have helped us unravel some of the mysteries concerning cognitive and emotional capacities of animals and moral behavior. And only this interpretation allows for promising challenge the dominant anthropocentric morality. Beckhoff and Pierce. We challenge the domination of competition paradigms and monopolized discussions of social behavior phenomenon paradigms, ecology and evolutionary biology, misleading and momentum, ability towards a paradigm shift in which nature sits in the balance with justice, cooperation, fairness, Thus, then the conduct describes activity considered to be entitled to information is not derived from social norms because more regulations are understandably adopted interactions. And for these reasons, sufficient affirmative burden to prove that animals are participants in a system of morality as defined by the AC. This burden is also normally justified because the nature of the body independent of humans lead. Nature is ontologically independent of humankind. Natural forms of natural causes are capable of undertaking and interacting and existence of other persons, not through any or allowing the nature of what all values and values are simply not simply human conferred. And I contend that animals are party to social interactions with characterized morality. First, we are all part of a large biotic community run on international scientific settings and shared universities with the earth that holds an organized system most closely integrated by species and organisms like kingdoms of many vegetables and animal species are dependent upon each other for survival and balanced conditions. The planet-wide existence and environment mankind is part of the organic planetary cycle. In order to give a constructive meaning to the activity of human studies, this activity should be understood and given basic value with reference to the whole functioning of the entire earth. Thus, you affirm.
Okay.
Let me respond to you.
Did you read everything?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so can you delete whatever you wrote in the flash? Yeah, that'd be good. All right. I'll delete it, you can want to do that. Okay, what is it called? Anthropocentric. The full, because there's anthropocentrism and anthropocentrism, I see? Okay. Alright, so this one, right? Alright. Okay, so the impacts in the case of pre-fiat anyway, right? You talk about like education and debate.
So that's just the way that you frame it. It's the reason why anthropocentrism is false. It doesn't operate like using pre-fiat reason to reject you.
Okay, so the only way that you would, well, those are just reasons why anthropocentrism is bad, right? So like reasons for why we prefer a framework.
Yes.
Okay, so your framework is dependent upon you winning post-fiat arguments about why anthropocentrism, or for why giving animals rights would solve back these impacts, right?
No, my framework is predicated on the fact that when you look to an anthropocentric view of morality, then we are necessarily looking to morality contextualized by animal interactions, which is only like giving the feedback off in Pierce's definition.
Okay, so what is the AC advocacy?
The AC advocacy is that because animals can operate under the definition given by Beckhoff,
Alright, what do we do?
As the ability to engage in like an equal community.
What do we do with that? We give them rights?
What do you mean, what do we do?
Do we give animals rights?
Sure, the argument...
Okay, do you define, what does that mean? Do we give them moral rights? Do we give them legal rights? Will you accept the interpretation that I said?
I can accept your interpretation.
Okay, will you define that we give animals moral and legal rights?
Like, which one are you going to advocate? That matters. Like, you can't argue under two different conceptions.
How about we just give them both and they're within one conception? Like, I want Martina here.
What do you mean?
How about we pass laws that are like, we give animals rights?
Like, sure.
Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go to specific arguments why we give animals rights to solve Magg's mindset.
Sure.
Where is this specifically mentioned in the case of the cards?
Well, the way the framework is set up is it talks about a domination or any form of advantage.
Right. Do you have to prove that this type of recognition has